Welcome to Fuchs Lubricants, South Africa. Fuchs is a global group with German roots that has developed, produced, and sold lubricants and related specialties for over 90 years for virtually all areas of application and sectors. Staying in line with our Fuchs 2025 global strategy, our key pillars include operational excellence, people and organization, and sustainability. We strive to achieve and maintain zero harm by providing all with a safe and healthy working environment at Fuchs. Fuchs Lubricants, South Africa, has values of trust, creating value, respect, reliability, and integrity. Safety is the most important aspect of our business. We ask that all employees, contractors, and visitors please comply with our site rules and regulations that will be featured in this video. Remember that everyone is responsible and accountable for their own safety at Fuchs. The objectives of the SHEQ management are to promote zero harm, meaning zero harm to our people, our assets, our brand, and our environment. This site is certified for IATF 16949 and ISO 9001, ISO 14001, ISO 45001, and ISO 21469 NSF. We are also kosher and halal certified. In case of an emergency, please use the contact details listed below. These will be found placed on all notice boards and on all security guardhouses. Safety rules. The following health, safety, and environmental rules apply to all employees, contractors, and visitors whilst on site. Access is controlled for all those that enter the site for safety and security reasons. Cars must have a valid registration. Please note that no alcohol, drugs, firearms, or cameras are allowed on site. Cameras or cell phone cameras may not be used without the managing director's authority. Alcohol testing will be conducted upon entry by security. The speed limit throughout the site is 15 km per hour. All motorists are required to be in possession of a valid driver's license. Fuchs has parking areas designated for both employees and visitors. Parking permits are issued by HR to all staff members who have vehicles. Red parking permits are for the number 10 parking lot, and blue permits are for the number 6 parking area. Reverse parking is mandatory. Pedestrians should be aware of moving vehicles and ensure that they remain visible to motorists and follow the designated pedestrian routes and walkways where applicable. Take note of restricted areas. No trespassing. All visitors must be accompanied by their hosts. You or your vehicle may be searched when entering or exiting the premises. No eating is permitted in the plant or in lab areas. Please make use of the cafe. No littering. Take note of housekeeping and keep the site clean. To ensure your safety and to avoid injury or death, kindly always follow our 3-point contact rule when ascending or descending a flight of stairs. Please note that all Fuchs buildings are smoke-free zones. Personnel may only smoke in designated smoking areas. All employees, both permanent and non-permanent, contractors, and visitors, must undergo the induction program prior to commencing work or site walks. A permit is required for any non-routine hazardous work to be done on site. The following type of work requires a permit to be issued before any work can be done. Working at heights above 1.5 meters. Vessel entry, or entering a confined space. Hot work. Welding and grinding, anything with an ignition source. Excavation work. Line break, opening of lines or pipes. Working on highly contaminated equipment. Remember, no permit, no work. Risk assessments must be done before any non-routine task is started. Hazards on site. Forklifts and trucks are moving in and out of working areas. Pedestrians must always use the side door, and not the roller door. Forklift drivers are required to hoot prior to entering a working area. Pedestrians must use walkways throughout the site when moving around. Other hazards include stationary machinery with rotating parts, damaged machine guards or removed machine guards. For your own safety, do not use tools and machinery that you are not trained to use. Taking shortcuts, not following procedures, or rushing to finish a job, regardless of safety. The use of cell phones when working, or while close to machinery or moving equipment, is not allowed. A high standard of housekeeping is essential to prevent a buildup of combustible materials. Goods to be stored correctly in designated areas. No blocking of driveways, walkways, or emergency exits. When lifting, lowering, carrying, pushing, or pulling items, do not attempt to move more than you can comfortably manage. And remember, ask someone to help you. Safety harnesses must be worn when working at heights or where there is a risk of falling. Please look out for the PPE signage in the area you are visiting. Always wear the specified personal protective equipment. The PPE requirements for forklift drivers are: a hard hat, reflective vest, safety shoes, overalls, and a kidney belt. Our laboratory is a restricted area. The PPE requirements for lab personnel and anyone entering the lab are: a white lab coat, safety shoes, goggles, and a dust mask or respirator. All PPE must be inspected before use and stored correctly. Please obey all signage around the plant, both mandatory and prohibitory. Personal responsibility. 1. All employees, contractors, and visitors must acknowledge the employer or host's health and safety rules and procedures laid down by the employer. 2. All employees, contractors, and visitors must report any unsafe or unhealthy situations and conditions to the employer, supervisor, host, or SHEQ representative. 3. All employees must report all near misses as well. Report all incidents to the supervisor or management before the end of that shift. Medical emergencies. There are trained and qualified first aiders permanently on site, and fully equipped first aid boxes and medical rooms are available throughout the site. Early first aid treatment may forestall any serious consequences. If you are not aware as to who the first aider is, contact your manager or supervisor, or your host, if a visitor, for this information. Our emergency response team members have color-coded PPE to help identify them at a glance. Orange for SHEQ reps, green for first aiders, and red for fire marshals. Fire emergencies. In the unlikely event that you will need to evacuate the building in an emergency, it is essential that you are fully aware of our emergency protocols. In case of fire, please activate the red push buttons throughout the plant. The fire alarm is tested every Thursday at 10 a.m. Should there be an alarm sound for more than 10 seconds, or at any point in time other than testing times, that shall be regarded as a real emergency. Everyone on site must evacuate to their emergency assembly points. Please familiarize yourself with the location of your designated assembly point. Environmental management. Various hazardous materials are found on site. Consult the safety data sheets, or SDSs, regarding their correct handling and disposal. Do not dispose of hazardous material into drains, as these can damage both our drainage system as well as the environment. Waste management. This plant has a strict recycling policy. Please separate from the source and use the appropriate bins provided. Spill management. All spills must be reported, whether major or minor. Spill kits are available to use to clear up all spills. Spill kits are marked in different colors to indicate their use. Red for oil spills, and black for chemical spills. Contractor information. All contractors must have the necessary documentation with them when entering Fuchs premises. Refer to the contractor agreement and checklist of contractor documentation. Contractors shall abide by Fuchs HSE rules and shall always ensure site safety in their area of responsibility. Contractors who are required to operate any Fuchs machinery or equipment during their work shall receive training regarding the safe operation of the relevant machinery or equipment. All contractors entering work or process areas in operations departments shall ensure that they are using the correct PPE as prescribed for the relevant work or process, in addition to the minimum requirements. Contractors shall bring their own tools, such as fire extinguishers, danger tape, etc. Contractors shall always keep their work areas clean and tidy. The Occupational Health and Safety Act, Number 85 of 1993, requires that both you and Fuchs ensure that all reasonable steps have been taken to ensure your safety on this site. Thank you for taking the time to watch this safety induction video. If you are unsure of something or regard it as unsafe, stop. Think. Ask someone. Then only act or proceed. Please let us all work together to keep Fuchs Lubricants South Africa a safe and healthy environment to work in. Remember to stay alert and stay safe.